What's up, everyone? This is FP Sticks. Season 6 is finally here, and oh man, does it feel so refreshing not playing Catch Cup anymore. I'm so glad that Season 6 is here. Today I'm going to be bringing you my first battles in Season 6. I have kind of made it my personal goal in Great League this season that pretty much every team that I run in Great League is either going to hard counter or have a good amount of play against the Grasshole team, which is Bastiodon and then double like Shadow Razor Leafers in the back. I personally really do not enjoy playing against that team, and I really don't like losing to it. So pretty much all the team comps I'm going to make in Great League is going to have play against that team. I know some people enjoy running that team. Some people really hate going against Azu. Like, everyone has their teams that they enjoy playing and that they also hate going up against. For me, it's that team. So I'm going to ensure that I hopefully don't ever lose to that team based on my team comps here. So the first team that I rolled with for a good amount of battles, and I'll probably be bringing some more battles with this team tomorrow as well, but using Obstagoon, Hypno. This is a Shadow Hypno, and typically I'm using Hypno as the safe swap, which is why I'm running double elemental punch on it. Typically when you swap in a Hypno, your opponent is more inclined to bring out their steel types because they're able to avoid Obstagoon that way, and having the fire punch actually allows you to flip a lot of those matchups like Galarian Stunfisk, Registeel. Fire punch is really great for that, and Obstagoon obviously is very weak to Azu in the lead and fighters and charmers, which is why I threw a Venusaur in the back. If my opponent decides to safe swap an Azu, Venusaur is a very hard punish to that. As long as you're relatively fast on your switch in, you can get to a Frenzy Plant before the Azumarill gets to an Ice Beam. And you do win CMP there, which is great. If the Azumarill doesn't shield, you don't have to shield as well. As long as your Venusaur is decent IVs, it can tank an Ice Beam just fine, and then you get to Vine Whip it down. So I really enjoyed this team, had a lot of really fun battles with it. These are just my first two sets of Season 6. I think I will also be bringing you like a Season 6 Rank 1 Spice montage that a bunch of my patrons have recorded some battles, so we'll see how that goes. Hypno against Alolan Raichu here. It is a Thunder Shock Alolan Raichu. And they threw the Thunder Punch there, which is unfortunate for me. I was really hoping that they were going to throw the Wild Charge, but they were very smart. And Alolan Raichu easily wins CMP against this Shadow Hypno. Thunder Punch is just enough to take me out, which is terrible for me. I have to farm down this Alolan Raichu. My opponent actually led with a Primeape, and this Night Slash is not going to be enough damage here. I'm also running Gunk Shot on my Obstagoon just for some nuke potential against the Charmers and Azumarill if I'm somehow able to get like a nice farm down on something. In these rank 1 battles, I really enjoyed the team comps that my opponents were using. I ran into a lot of different types of Pokemon, and some of these more off-meta Pokemon, like Beedrill, really gave this team some problems. So at this point, I think I'm going to let this go and then just come in with Hypno and try to get a super aggressive farm here. They switch into Lapras. I'm going to switch into my Venusaur. I know that this is just a Surf, which Venusaur can tank. So I will let that first one go. Going to overfarm a little bit more. It takes 4 Ice Shards to get to Surf. I throw the Frenzy Plant right there. Venusaur does win CMP against Lapras. They shield that. So at this point, I have to shield this because the Lapras has way too much health. I'm going to overfarm and leave minimal health to be farmed by the Beedrill there. So this is really great for me. Lapras is going to go down. Beedrill probably gets 1 Poison Jab. I'm trying to insta-swap my Hypno. I'm able to do it. Out comes the Beedrill. This is going to be an X-Scissor, and it's going to hurt. So I'm going to have to shield this up. We'll see what's in the back. I get a farm down the Beedrill. Good for me. Oh my gosh, it's a Razor Leaf Ivysaur in the back. So this is again where having Fire Punch is pretty handy. Gonna hit for super effective damage, and the confusions just totally chunk. I really love Shadow Hypno as a safe swap. As long as your opponent does not have a Sableye in the back or like an Umbreon, Shadow Hypno can win back switch advantage against like Alolan Marowak, against Defense Deoxys, against the Steel types, against the Azumarill. So, and it's mainly because that confusion damage is so strong. It's just so strong. It really chunks. Even against like Drifblim. This person is running a Seviper, which I really appreciate the spice, and they successfully catch a Night Slash on their Wigglytuff. I'm going to be able to get my Venusaur on this. If I remember correctly, it takes 10 charms for the Wigglytuff to get to a charge move. So I'm over farming, keeping track of my opponent's energy. They let it go. Out comes the Seviper. This Frenzy Plant, even though it's resisted, is going to hit for some pretty strong neutral damage here. So I do get a shield. They're out of shields. At this point, I'm just going to save 2 shields for Hypno, go for a nice farm here, and see what's in the back. It's a Shiftry, so thank goodness I have both my shields for this. 1 Fire Punch is not enough to KO, I don't think. And these confusions are double resisted, but they're still hitting for a lot of damage. But thank goodness I have both shields here. I'm actually just going to switch into Obstagoon and counter it down. There's that Seviper again. We get some classic lag. I get farmed down because of that lag, which is very unfortunate, but I'm still going to be able to take this game here. Man, you guys ever have like one strand of hair that does not stay in its spot? I'm getting that sort of vibe right now. Okay, this is a good lead. Obstagoon into Galarian Stunfisk. Obviously, since I don't have Cross Chop, it's not as favorable, but still a pretty nice matchup. The Earthquake would obviously do a lot of damage, but I knew that this was just a Rock Slide, so no sense in shielding it. It takes 5 Mud Shots for the Stunfisk to get to a Rock Slide. It takes 8 Mud Shots for that Stunfisk to get to the first Earthquake, and then 7 to the next one. I know this is just another Rock Slide. The fact that they're sacking the Stunfisk means that something in the back also is probably weak to Obstagoon. So there comes the Azumarill. There's no sense in me staying in there and getting farmed down, because I have 2 Pokemon that handle Azumarill. I knew this was just an Ice Beam. I let it go. It's an Altaria in the back. I really wish I would have shielded that Ice Beam so I could preserve some health on this Hypno, because oh my gosh, this is not great. They most likely shield this, but I need more confusion damage on this ult. Oh my gosh. Because they let that through, that essentially allowed me to win the game here. I do have to shield this, and obviously Azumarill with energy is scary for my Venusaur, because they probably say both shields for Azumarill. Yeah, they do. I insta-swap my Venusaur. I don't want this Azumarill to get any extra energy if it doesn't have to. Gonna shield this. I can still tank an Ice Beam from this range, but I'm really trying to throw my charge moves and to avoid the Azumarill sneaking in a bubble, because this is going to be really, really punishing for me if the Azumarill gets extra energy here. Ice Beam is coming in right now. I barely survive. Yep. Get there, get there, get there. Barely able to get there and take out this Azumarill. Venusaur has like way more attack than Meganium, so the Frenzy Plant from Venusaur definitely hits Azumarill for more damage. Alright, this is definitely where I want to see the Skarmory. It's also a Steel Wing Skarmory, so it generates energy much slower than Air Slash, but it is doing more damage with the fast moves. But honestly, it's the charge moves that really threaten Obstagoon here, so I will commit this shield. Obstagoon is so spammy with the Night Slash. Obstagoon is so much fun to use. If you can get a boost, this thing just totally goes on a rampage if the opponent does not have like a hard punish to it. We get some more lag here, which was great. The servers definitely seemed a little bit laggy yesterday, but it was the drop of a new season, so that's kind of to be expected. Oh my gosh, it's a Granbull in the back. Again, I don't want to stay in there and be farmed. At this point, man, I'm in a tough spot. I'm recognizing that Venusaur is going to have to do double duty here. It's going to have to take out the Scrafty, and it's going to have to take out that Granbull. Even though these confusions are single resisted from Scrafty, they're still chunking. These punches only hit for neutral, but they're also still chunking. I get the last shield there, really good for me. I can't shield this. I'm pretty sure it's just another power-up punch though, so this Scrafty is really ramped up. Able to get to a last-second Thunder Punch. This was so clutch right here. Because Scrafty goes down, and then I'm able to insta-swap my Venusaur. All I got to do is hit this Gramble with a Frenzy Plant. Because I saved the shield here, I'm able to use it on Venusaur and take out this Granbull here. That Crunch probably wouldn't have KO'd my Venusaur at that health, but it would have been very close. Would have hit for very strong damage. Granbull is very attack-weighted there. Good game. Obstagoon into... Okay, not a good lead. Gonna safe swap the Hypno here. And it's met by an Alolan Marowak. I can easily win back switch advantage as long as I don't get baited by a Bone Club. It makes it a little bit sketchier here, but I built up enough confusions for the Shadow Ball. I threw 5 confusions before throwing my Thunder Punch there. I shield this up. It's a Bone Club. That sucks. They also get a Fire Spoon, a Fire Spin through right there, which is not great. But at this point, I shield up whatever their next move is. Confusion down, regain swap. This is going to allow my Venusaur to be aligned with the Azu, which is great. And I'm even going to get off some nice chip damage on this Azumarill with Thunder Punch. I'm really hoping that the Azumarill shields one of these punches, because that would put my Venusaur in a much better spot. But this is going to take me out. I don't think the Azumarill has farmed up extra that much. Also, they threw Play Rough right there, so maybe they don't have Ice Beam. Out comes Skarmory, but I'm down a shield, so this is scary. Again, it's very important that this Skarmory does not get in any extra air slashes here. This is just a Sky Attack though, so I'm wondering if they don't have Brave Bird. I guess double Sky Attack is actually the safer play, because then they don't debuff themselves, and it's going to take 2 charge moves anyways to KO me, so pretty heads up play by my opponent. They most likely shield this, yep. And I really need to get to this Night Slash. I'm able to get there, and that pretty much solidifies this game for me. Because they have to throw now, and all I have to do is Vine Whip this thing down, get just enough energy to Frenzy Plant that Azumarill. Venusaur wins CMP against Azumarill, and so this will be able to take out the Azu there. Good game. I know a lot of people in the comments section are always like, man, you always put Azu on your team. Well, none of the teams I've run so far this season have included Azumarill, and I think I'm going to try to keep it that way and experiment with some other teams. Obviously, Azumarill, you know, is one of the best Pokemon in Great League, and it really rounds out a lot of team comps. Like, if you want to get a little spicy and use some off-meta picks, if you include Azumarill on your line of 3, it helps balance some things out and still gives your team some bulk. It gives your team coverage a lot of the times, and so that's why Azumarill is so good and so widely used, which is why team comps like Grass Hole exist, where you have like double Razor Leafers, because it's very likely that people are going to be running Azumarill on their team. But I'm experimenting with some new picks here. Hope you all appreciate it, and I want to give you some possible team comp ideas that you can roll with in Season 6. Man, I'm loving Season 6. It's so refreshing to be back in the Great League. So many different Pokemon that we can use here. This is a Water Gun Lapras, by the way, so I know that my Venusaur is also going to have a very positive matchup against this, but I'm able to take it out. It's a Vine Whip Ivysaur in the back. All I need to do is just land a Sludge Bomb with my Venusaur here. If you do not have a Frenzy Plant Venusaur, Ivysaur is a decent substitute for sure. It learns Power Whip and Sludge Bomb. Frenzy Plant is just a way better move than Power Whip, obviously, but it still performs similarly. All right, great lead here again. They're staying in. They swap right there into Surfetched, and I got a pretty solid response to this. However, I have found that a lot of these Surfetched are running Night Slash, so most likely Night Slash and Leaf Blade, and that Night Slash definitely caught me off guard, but I'm still able to farm it down. Out comes the Stunfisk. This is where Fire Punch is so clutch. Gonna be able to chip away for super effective damage here. That's a decent chunk right there. I know this is a Rock Slide. It should be just enough to knock me out. It is. I I bring in Obstagoon very fast there. I don't wait out the switch clock because I want this Stunfisk to be stuck against my Obstagoon. I get the shield there. I'm going to throw another Night Slash. They're still stuck. I'm wondering if they are going to double shield. They do double shield, so I'm wondering whatever's in the back probably is also weak to this. So you're going to shield this up. It's a Skarmory. Oh my gosh, thank goodness I preserved some health on my Obstagoon here because Venusaur is not going to appreciate being matched up against that Skarmory. Luckily, all I need to do is shield this, get to another Night Slash, and then the counter damage should be enough to take out this Skarmory, and a full health Venusaur is going to be able to handle that Galarian Stunfisk. Let me know what team comps you all have been running in Season 6. I'm really loving this, man. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you appreciate the content. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.